Okay, so this is how to DevOps with auditors in the room. This is an exploration of an experiment undertaken by US Citizenship and Immigration Services that I call Auditable Microservices. So I'm Melinda Solomon. I'm a contractor for Citizenship and Immigration, where I help to run the Agile training program with Mash Islami, who is somewhere in the audience. He is the section chief for the quality assurance branch within the Applied Technology Division. So the journey to DevOps at USCIS started in 2011 when they were still waterfall, and they decided to take sort of an incremental, experimental approach in moving to Agile and then on to DevOps. And so it took them about 180 days to deliver software to production at that time. And now, 8 years later, they're able to deliver to production multiple times a day with their high-performing teams. And their next step in their journey is microservices. So our common definition of microservices is that they're small, loosely coupled, language agnostic, fallible, include their configuration settings, and are containerized. But every time we make a change to the way that we develop software, we need to make sure that everyone's on the same page. And that includes the business stakeholders who are responsible for the mission, and the developers who are making the code, and IT governance. And those IT governance folks are important because they need repeatable processes, because they're responding to auditors who are coming in to make sure that we're doing due diligence, that we're making good decisions. And that's because the software that we create actually belongs to the American public. And they expect transparency, right? And so the auditing authorities are coming in to make sure that there is trust between the citizenry and the public servants who are making our software. And so when we decided to move to microservices, it became clear that we needed a way to track all this stuff. So we created a registry portal, and the registry portal creates a digital index card for each microservice. So the digital index card indicates what is the microservice, who created it, what systems does it affect, what are the business outcomes that we're expecting. When you click on that digital index card, it takes you to a dashboard. And that dashboard has a series of tabs, and those tabs stream a whole bunch of information that comes automatically from our orchestration tools and our automated testing tools, and our monitoring tools, all of those things. So if you want to know what's going on with the pipeline, you don't have to get an account to the orchestration tool. You don't have to get a license. All you have to do is click on the registry portal, and it will show you the information that you want. And that allows us to know, for example, what is the static code analysis results. They're redacted there. But if you wanted to know that, you could, if you're an auditor coming in or you're somebody who's responsible for processes. So it's a low level of effort for the developers. All they have to do is upload a simple YAML file, and it gives us a continuous flow of current and accurate data about what's going on in our systems. Now, we're not at a point where everything is automated. We still have some DevOps engineers who are taking a look at every single microservice and are evaluating it on a series of criteria. And really what they want to see is, are there some systemic problems? For example, we see that many of the microservices here are having challenges with BDD testing. So we're not going to go to each individual developer and hold them accountable. What we're going to do is look at the systemic problem across the board and find ways to remove impediments to success. When we see microservices that have problems across all of the criteria, then that's a great opportunity for us to learn what's working and what's not working, so we don't do that again, right? This transparency allows for autonomy. Our developers can make the solutions that make sense without being afraid that the IT governance folks are going to put a bunch of impediments in their place. No, we want to be able to remove the impediments so they're successful. And that also leads to a circumstance of trust, right? They trust that we're going to help them, and then we can trust that we know what's going on, and when auditors come in, then we can show them that we've actually made good decisions, or we've learned from the ones that maybe weren't the right ones to be done. So if you want to know more about what's happening at Citizenship and Immigration Services, you can send us an email to our Agile training program, and we're happy to send them to the right people. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Melinda.